Hello, welcome to GottaBeReel movie reviews with Thommi and Jules. And right now we're reviewing James Bond, No Time to Die.
007?
Dun, dun, dun,
What version is he?
dun, 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 dun.
What version is he? How many have we had before? I remember Sean Connery. I remember Pierce Brosnan.
There was a guy before Sean Connery.
Okay.
There was Sean Connery. There was Roger Moore. There was Pierce Brosnan. I almost feel like there was somebody else, but then Daniel Craig, so at least 5.
Okay, so I missed like 2, like way over the place. So I really need to like start from the bottom and work my way up. I'm not like huge on these spy type of movies, but apparently somebody thinks they're entertaining because they keep doing them. So
let me tell you this: if you start from the bottom and work your way up, you'll see how sucky they got.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm sorry if I offended somebody, but I'm a big fan, and I used to want the whole box set, but now I'm not a fan of this Daniel Craig, James Bond. He has changed it so much.
Well, let's tell them about it. First, let's talk about who stars in it, and then we're going to have you go ahead and tell us what this is about and why you're not really feeling it.
All right.
Okay.
So, No Time to Die stars Daniel Craig, as I mentioned a second ago, Ana de Armas, Rami Malek.
I love him.
Yeah.
You know that was our Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Gosh, he killed that movie. Like,
did.
I mean, ridiculous.
He killed it.
All right.
Yeah. Leah Seydoux, Lashana Lynch. You recognize her from Captain Marvel, and there's a scene in there where she's like in a plane being a pilot, and it just looked like they took the clip from the Captain Marvel and put it in there.
Pasted it.
Ralph Fiennes, Naomi Harris as Moneypenny, Ben Whishaw. He plays Q.
Okay.
Christoph Waltz.
I love Christoph Waltz.
I love him too. He kind of almost stole the show.
Was it Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah.
Run, Shoshana. I remember that part, and I just hated him so much because he's basically letting her know, go ahead and run. I'm going to hunt you down anyways. He's a beast on the silver screen, though.
In everything he does.
It really
you have
is.
To come with your A++ game.
Plus.
Be in a movie with him. Okay.
The dude is wicked on the silver screen. All right. Then we got Jeffrey Wright.
And Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, do you know what I loved him the most in when I seen his versatility? Angels in America. There's a miniseries called Angels in America, and he is one of the homosexual nurses that works at the hospital, and he's the one that's helping, treat all the AIDS patients and whatnot. He was so freaking insanely good in this, and I love Angels in America, but my gosh, if you haven't seen it, it's I want to say maybe 3-part maybe, but Angels in America, look at his performance. Tell me he was not the absolute bomb.
But tell me one thing. Did he die in that show? No. Okay. Because so many things I see him in. His character is dying. He dies well. And I think that's why they do that to him. Like, hey,
and his range is so wide.
Jeff, we want to put you in this movie. Your character's going to die.
But you're so good.
And he'll be like, okay, I got you. How do you want me to die this time?
I love Jeffrey Wright. Dude, you fire. You fire. Okay. What's
Jeffrey Wright and Christoph Waltz? What?
Yeah. Ooh, put them in a...
Matter of fact,
who do we have in here? We have a couple of other celebrities in Angels in America as well, but
okay.
I love the role of Harper. Just if you watch, just remember, I think that I should be able to play the role of Harper, maybe in a stage play or something. You'll see why if you watch the miniseries, but I highly recommend it.
Wait. Yeah, there's more stars in this too, but I didn't want to. We'll sit here all day and list all the stuff. If you see it, you know. All right. Okay. So,
what's going on in this one? Because I want to know why you're not really feeling it.
So, I got this summary from Universal Pictures because it was kind of convoluted in my opinion. But they said, Bond has left active Secret Service and is enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica. His peace is short-lived when his old friend Felix Leiter from the CIA, that's Jeffrey Wright, turns up asking him for help. The mission to rescue a kidnapped scientist turns out to be far more treacherous than expected, leading Bond onto the trail of a mysterious villain armed with a dangerous new technology. There's like 2 villains. You got Christoph Waltz and you got Rami Malek.
Christoph is such a good villain.
And yeah, it starts to become...
Everything you just read sounds like something I watched 8 times ago.
Thank you.
It sounds like the typical spy.
This movie is 2 hours and 43 minutes long.
Oh my gosh.
And instead of it being a cool Bond flick, it is a typical spy flick now because they took out all the stuff that makes it Bond, in my opinion.
2 hours and 40 minutes? But why? Was it necessary?
The beautiful scenery?
Oh, you have got,
the beautiful scenery?
I've seen maybe some of the, comic book films being a little over 2 hours, which is almost getting kind of average lately, but not 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Because they have like almost 2 separate movies with 2 different villains.
But they should have made it a mini-series.
They go from one to the next villain.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
I'd have needed lunch and a nap from watching that. See, maybe.
I am a Bond lover, as I mentioned earlier. I am a woman. I don't care that Bond used to sleep with several women in a thing.
He's a Rolling Stone.
One, he's all domestic. I don't want to give stuff away, but basically domesticated. He's just with one woman. I'm not going to tell you there's something else.
Isn't his image supposed to be like this playboy image who, travels the world and doesn't have time for love, but he has time for these sexy romances that make it all steamy? Yeah. Ain't that how it's...
they changed it for this one. And they even, when Daniel Craig came aboard, they changed it. He's like, I don't want to say Bond, James Bond. But in this one, he does say Bond, James Bond. Like, you're taking away all the stuff that makes it...
Ain't that the line?
Yeah.
If anybody says that, you know the movie it comes from.
Thank you. He didn't want to say shaken, not stirred. In this In this one, he does say shaken, not stirred. Because this is his last one. So I guess he's like, let me give the people what they want. Kinda. Because he's just with one woman. We need those
little charms.
He's in love with just one woman in this one.
We like the little charms that come with the sequels.
And the biggest offense, in my opinion, set aside Bond and his love affair, is what... The main thing I used to love about the Bond movies, like the number one thing that brought me to the movie theater and made me excited, was the part when he'd go see Q in some cave or some room or something, and Q would have all the coolest gadgets and the cars, and that this is a laser, and this is glue, and this is...
He's that egghead that knows how to do all the tech stuff.
Yeah, this vest does this, and this pen does that, and these glasses do that. We got what? We got a car, of course. It seemed like the old car from the old one. Okay, cool. It shot out... I'm not even really giving away. It shot out fog, and it shot out spikes.
Of course.
And it had the guns and it's bulletproof. Okay, so we got the car. Then we got like 2 other gadgets. Like, what in the entire... We got like 2 gadgets, and we didn't even get to see any other gadgets that weren't for him, but were for somebody else, or they were working on, or something that was cool, that was futuristic or something. And we were like, what? Like, back in the day, they would show like a watch where you could talk on and stuff.
Yes.
Like, who knew by 20...
And you have it.
We would have it that you could do that.
You know what they call it?
Back then, in the 70s,
it was invented. You know what? You know how sometimes government keeps stuff?
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you wonder, I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but sometimes it makes you wonder.
Thank you.
How long have they had this? Because I know this, it just happened. They develop stuff over years, and a lot of times it's secret. And all the protocol, but you are so right.
When we were kids, it was and then they were talking on computers back then. We were like, what? I mean, now you got Zoom, you got Skype, you got everything. But back then, in the 70s and stuff, we were just like, mind blown. Just
who'd have ever thought we carry a computer around in your hand?
I wish I could have that.
And here we go.
We got like 3 gadgets in this.
See, you lived in great generations because you got to experience it all.
Yeah, but this Bond should have just elevated some stuff, man.
But so disappointed. Do you feel like it fell in line? I know they missed it. They didn't want to do the cliche lines, but they're golden. But do you feel like this even fell in line with the other ones, or should have just been something else? They should have called it something else. They should have just called it A Time to Die, starring Daniel Craig, and left James Bond's name off of it. And I think no offense to anyone else, trust me, because Daniel Craig is a great actor, but I love Sean Connery. Yes. He's just such an older, distinguished gentleman, and just very handsome, and he's always had that accent. Yes. And he's just been a fantastic actor. I think that's why I liked him the most in the 007.
Yes. I like him in all stuff
he's
in.
Sean Connery.
But and his Bond was great too. Somebody told me, I'm not going to name names, you know who you are. They thought that the James Bonds were different people for the different actors that played them or something.
They didn't know it was supposed to be one continuous person.
No.
Like Superman.
Yeah. I'm like, no, 007 is like the code name. His name is James Bond. It's James Bond. There was books written about James Bond. And, you know, they age out. And there's more stories to tell. Right. So they hire new actors. But you're supposed to know that it's the same James Bond. That's his name.
And I liked him a little bit older. Like, I would never want to see like a 30-year-old James Bond. Well, it needs to be a veteran, and that's, you know, a spy, a veteran who has all the skills. And I just love the distinguished gentleman. Speaking
of older, Daniel Craig is the third oldest James Bond to play the role. So you had...
So Connery...
Let me get this straight here.
Okay.
With this film, Daniel Craig became the third oldest actor to play James Bond. Roger Moore was aged about 57 for A View to Kill, which came out in 1985.
Wow.
Sean Connery was around 53 for Never Say Never Again. Never Say Never Again. Sorry, the theme songs are dope too. Whilst Craig, for No Time to Die in 2021, will be aged around 51 years old.
That kind of bothers me sometimes with the ageism, but it happens even more to women. So,
but no, he decided he wanted out because he kept hurting himself, and there was more.
Oh, on set.
Yeah, and in the beginning he was doing a lot of his own.
Should have been body doubles.
But now he's using body doubles a lot. So he was like, you know what?
He's getting to the point where if he really can't do stuff, some people are like that. If I can't still do what I was doing before, you know, it kind of takes away from your. I don't want to say independence, but you understand what he's saying, so that makes sense.
This movie
that
was
makes
almost
sense. Go out with the good run.
This movie is almost along the line of Fast and Furious, which
oh my God! Don't say F9.
Because no, not the super unrealism. Yeah, but I'm saying kind of unreal because the man gets blown up, he gets beat up, he's cut up, he
leaps tall buildings in single bounds without a scratch.
His body is slammed so many times. He should be broken. Be able to just get up and just.
Of course, get it.
I wish I had that energy.
So how many clappers would you give No Time to Die? Honestly, just be up for the honest. We're going to keep it real. Tell us, how many clappers you would give it?
As a James Bond fan, I'm giving it two clappers. But as just an overall general movie, if it wasn't James Bond, I guess I would give it 3, even though it's 2 hours and 43 minutes long. 2 hours and 43 minutes long. Did you... 2 hours and 43 minutes long. Did you?
2 hours and 43 minutes long. Oh my.
There's no extra scenes, but at the very end of the credits, and I don't feel like I'm really giving anything away.
At this point,
it says James Bond will return, which you already know that because they're looking for another James Bond, whether it be Idris Elba or.
I've seen that, and somebody was saying at one point they were thinking about making a woman.
Yeah.
At that point, that would have to be a new. It's a new 007. It's not like the continuous ones from before. I don't know about a woman. I'm not against it. I love strong women roles. But again, we talk about 007, and we would love to see Idris in there.
Well, technically, and I hope I'm not giving anything away. At this point, I almost kind of don't care. I'm sorry. you just did it again. Tell me in the comments. I don't know. But Lashana Lynch, she plays 007 in this. Since he retired, right? So she's like, it's just a number, right? She's like, so I took it. So she took it, but she ends up giving it back. But then I'm not going to give that away.
So would you recommend matinee prices?
I recommend
don't say what I think you're going to
TV or HBO if you really want to see. Because 2 hours and 43 minutes, you might need to pause that. You want to go to the bathroom.
Get your food out the oven.
App, as I used to run P app, and it told me when to go pee, and I didn't miss nothing. So either use that. Or watch it at home at your leisure. Take your time.
I'm thinking you'll need a pee break and a lunch break midway through. So 2 hours and 43 minutes, I'm like, let me go to the theater like the Alamo where they can bring me my lunch while I'm sitting there because that's a long
But if you eat lunch, then you get the itis.
You'll be hungry sitting there.
It's beautiful scenery. You know what I'm saying? You'll be in the beautiful scenery and the theater is just the right temperature and the music will be on.
But you're saying don't go to the theater though for this one.
It might be a slow party.
But no, you really recommending
if you DVD. Do, then matinee. I saw it in matinee. So if you do see it in the matinee. Otherwise, just wait for the DVD. But let me give you a little trivia.
Okay.
A little bit more. So reportedly, Daniel Craig personally handpicked Cuban actress Ana de Armas to play Paloma in this Bond movie, which she was really good in this.
Okay.
She was. After working on he worked with her in Knives Out in 2019.
I love Knives Out.
I love Knives Out.
It made me think about Clue, and I love Clue.
Yeah, this movie was pushed like a year and a half due to COVID. And so they started filming this just a few months after Knives Out. Daniel Craig, he said that he would retire from the role of James Bond if he felt he was too old to play the character. Craig has also said it has become harder to be fit enough for the role, and that there has been more use of doubles for action sequences, which is what I said earlier.
Makes sense, yep.
For this James Bond movie, this is the first James Bond movie to feature all the characters. So it had Q, Felix Leiter, Miss Moneypenny, and M. And since License to Kill in 1989. So that's about 31 years ago was the last time that they showed all of these characters together. Q in this one, because 2021, he's gay now.
Did that come out in the film?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really brief. It's really
But
brief.
you can catch it.
So if you're like not paying attention, you will miss it.
but it's there.
Something is there.
Okay. Hey, what can I say? Still working on representation, and everybody deserves a fair shot, I'm
just saying that's also another thing that they keep changing. But I get like
that part of it. You got to adapt a little bit to 2021.
I'm adapting.
Inclusion, right?
I will adapt. I'm adapting.
Absolutely.
I have no problem with that. But as far as the Bond character, I'm gonna need my gadgets.
Something else.
I need my gadgets. If you don't
have gadgets, part of it.
There are 50 billion other spy movies out there. You might as well just stop making Bond movies and just call it something else.
Call it something else.
Because if I don't get my gadgets, I'm not giving you a good rating. Okay? Ian Fleming is probably rolling over.
You said roll over in his grave.
You know what I'm saying? Like all this hard work I did. Right,
and this is what you become. Gosh,
with gadgets and things, and y'all just want to take all that away and try not to say Bond, James Bond, and try not to say shake and not stir. Like what?
If you say that, everybody knows the movie. You
might as well be James Smith, then. Like
John Doe.
John Doe
made it.
We need those things. I'm gonna need to see you womanizing. I don't want to see you all in love.
Yeah, because that's part of his persona as a lover boy.
Yeah.
And I like that.
This one is
he ain't got time for love.
A domesticated
He's traveling too much. He ain't got time for love. And then, you got love, then that means they're a target. If you're a target, he likes to float. He's a rolling stone.
Yeah.
Like Papa's rolling stone. So, anyhow, she's giving it 2 stars, and she's recommending if you want to see it at the theater, definitely matinee. If not, wait until Redbox comes on.
Or just skip this one. You know what it is.
Don't forget, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, and also, do you want to help us out in some of our movie endeavors? If you want to make a donation, make requests, you can let us know what you want to see. There's no donation required, but if you want to make a donation to us, Jules, where can they find us at?
PayPal, GottaBeReelReviews@gmail.com. You should see it on the screen.
Yes, yep.
Right about
somewhere around here. Right about here. One of the two. It'll be there though. But anyways, let us know what you want to see, whether it's something new, if it's something classic, make requests. We'll shout you out on the show. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.